Hello, welcome to our third match of week 5. We have on the player side, we have the Gogoat Flower Rangers. On the opponents, we have the Sawk Tuahs. The Gogoat Flower Rangers are on a 2-game winning streak after last week defeating the Take-Two Tyrannitars. I felt like that was a very well played game by them. They got frozen by Aegislash. Their Aegislash got frozen 5 turns, but they were able to persevere with, like, I would say the term is like really steady and reliable gameplay, not taking any baits, just winning, getting advantage over time. But the Tuahs, they're also 2-2. They came off of a loss to the intimidation tactics. Greninja really proved to be a big issue for them, and I didn't even realize during the match when I was recording that the Greninja was Torrent, and that was not supposed to be that. So that's pretty funny. I also, side note, I messed with some mic settings a bit, so you should not pick up like my background noises and stuff like that as much. Hopefully it sounds better. When I'm looking at Mons, let's see, on the Sawk Tuah side, Gastrodon looks like being a really good spot. This team lacks in grass coverage, and just a moveset of just like Earth Power plus Ice Beam that threatens super effectively. Blaziken, it threatens Tapu Koko, it threatens Staraptor, it threatens Hydreigon. That's 4 out of the 6 Mons. The Suicune has a lot of trouble hitting it. Ice Beam is neutral damage, but that's when you have to use a coverage move to hit for neutral damage. That's kind of rough. Gastrodon, Water Absorber, of course, removes any issue of scalding and stuff like that. And for the Gogoat Flower Rangers, let's see. What do I think I'm not really sure. Having fire type with Blaziken and having speed boost is always nice, just so you can just for those 2 big bag steel types. So any fire coverage, this is fire type, just has a lot of value because arguably the 2 strongest mons on the Sawk Tuah side are weak to fire. So that's gonna be pretty nice. So Mega Blaziken's not gonna be bad. I think Suicune's also bulky enough to survive a decent amount of hits, even from like a Thunderbolt from Raichu. And like this team likes to put like threaten a lot of things, like the Metagross and Genesect. I think of those like super threatening mons where like if they can hit you super effectively, you just die, or like they can like easily 2-shot you with a neutral attack. But Suicune's bulky enough to where it can actually survive a hit like that. So I also like kind of just like leading Suicune here. Just I don't expect a Raichu lead, and I think it's just universally not in a bad spot, and just you can start trying to get Skull Burn to like the Metagross or something. What do you pair up with it? I don't know, maybe Staraptor, just so you can like start getting intimidated and pivoting. Just because Staraptor's just kind of safe with U-turn. And I would lead for the Sawk Tuahs. I don't mind if you have U-turn and Genesect. I don't mind leading with that. I don't hate leading. I don't know. Neither of these teams give me like these matchups like give me like, oh, I'll lead like this is really powerful. So I'm gonna start talking about leads, and we can start talking about the actual team that's in front of us. Meme Commissioner. I don't know what that means. I guess I'll ask about that after the match. Am I getting made fun of? Am I getting praised? I don't know. But yeah. Wow, there's the Staraptor Suicune that I called out with no confidence. And the other side, which I said I had no idea what to lead. Let's see. Another good thing about Staraptor is that, especially both of these mons, both the Dragonite and the Mimikyu have like have benefits of being full health. So just being able to like U-turn and pivot, take out the multi-scale or the substitute proc of the Mimikyu is like pretty huge here. So like U-turning any of these, either of these 2 slots, I'm more than okay with. I don't mind like U-turn, double the Dragonite with a U-turn Scald. I don't mind doing a half measure where you turn one and then attack the other. Like U-turn Dragonite, Scald, Mimikyu, or U-turn Mimikyu, Ice Beam Dragonite. You can convince me on basically any of those. You also got the Intimidate down. And this is kind of rough already because your two physical attackers are not only got intimidated, not only is one getting threatened by a quad super effective move, they're also getting threatened to get their abilities basically nullified for basically nothing. I don't mind switching the Dragonite out for like Gastrodon here. I think that's like a fairly fair thing to do here. Just Gastrodon to take the Ice Beam kind of well. I also wouldn't mind switching into like Metagross, but Metagross is also kind of scary because you don't want to get scalded. In this Mimikyu, I mean, Mimikyu gets Wood Hammer. You can start Wood Hammering the Suicune, and like maybe you can kill after 2 Wood Hammers. Maybe not, but I don't know because Mimikyu's not that strong. Suicune's super bulky, but Wood Hammer's a strong as heck move. Yeah, that's. Wow, and this Dragonite takes this Ice Beam very well. Does that mean it's Assault Vest? That may be Assault Vest, is my guess. Yeah, he eats the Ice Beam very well. And okay, I did not know Dragonite got Rock Slide. So I learned something new here. And I didn't. Also, speaking, Gardevoir is actually a pretty interesting mon here. And just in this matchup, because there's a decent amount of abilities you can trace. Multi-scale and the Skies are like both nice abilities to copy. Storm Drain makes potentially be a problem for the depending on the moveset of the Gastrodon. That could be a problem for it. But yeah, you're able to U-turn and get your Gardevoir out in a good spot, so that's always nice. This is just like Moonblasting Dragonite's kind of free, and this week can it can Calm Mind. It can. I don't mind switching it out either. I don't think the Suicune's in a great spot, truthfully. After it did its Ice Stream, it doesn't really need to do more. What did you switch out to? That's the bigger issue. Maybe you can't really. I was gonna say Staraptor, but Metagross is Clear Body. Yeah, there's not great switches. You can like start Calm Minding, I guess, if you think it's gonna be safe. I don't mind Calm Minding actually, just with less Calm Mind. And oh, this Dragonite, man. Switching to Genesect or Metagross in this Gastrodon can, I don't know, start Earth Powering something. It also gets Sludge Bomb. There's a slight chance it has Sludge Bomb just to hit 2 Fairy types, but the Earth Power already hits the Tapu Koko. It could also be Physical Gastrodon. That would probably be a bit better here. At least in this particular spot, because these mons usually have better Special Bulk. Okay. So, Dazzling Gleam is the same concept as Moonblast. I would also threaten the KO. I didn't say Dazzling Gleam because I didn't expect the Dazzling Gleam to be run. So this is just like a pretty decent double attack. It, especially into the Raichu and the Gastrodon, probably getting like full Snar value. Here comes the Yawn. I really like this Yawn here. Forces an awkward play here. The this really forces either a switch or just like taking the sleep. Man, that Snarl did a lot to the Raichu. Raichu is so frail. Yeah. I don't mind snarling again, like switching into probably Hydreigon here. Hydreigon immune to Psychic, resist Electric, also immune to Ground. What's it called? Resist Water. So I think switching the Gardevoir out for Hydreigon is pretty good. And then you can either Snarl or you can try to KO the Raichu. I don't really mind either at this point. Snarl also decreases the Gastrodon's special attack even further. And like, so even if the Gastrodon like wants to like try to stay on the field forever, it becomes a liability and just becomes a yawn merchant. But clicking yawn every turn is not necessarily a terrible thing. Okay, we're decided just to let the Gardevoir go to sleep. I don't hate this. I don't know if the Raichu has Protect, but the Raichu was like kind of obviously being threatened with its like life this turn, or at least getting snarled again. So I feel like if the Raichu was supposed to stay, if you wanted to protect with Gastrodon, Raichu either should have protected or I don't know, did something or switched. Is the Raichu fast? Oh, Raichu's not fast enough with Coco. But maybe it's just that, hey, it's already weakened. It dies to anything, most other things. And there's still 2 months. I'm saying 2 months because basically Raising after a turn would be faster. And maybe even 3 months if the Staraptor's a Scarf. But there's also the electric terrain that would double its speed. I think the Raichu just a decent value to it. Yeah. Now the Genesect comes out. Getting an attack boost. I think you just Scald this Gardevoir is in a really tight spot here. Come on. I'd like to just try to Scald the Genesect. Just try to whittle this thing down. And then I don't know, maybe send in Tapu Koko just because it's like a fast mon. And I don't. Is that the electric drive? Is that what that means? The back of it? I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's a burn. I don't know. Whatever. I guess we'll find out soon, though. But if it's that, is there electric type? I don't know. I'm going to stop talking about Genesect anymore before I sprout it more fast. Yeah, that's also kind of the reason why I wanted to get this Gardevoir out of here, because you are threatened by a Flash Cannon, which I'm kind of surprised didn't KO. Man, Genesect hits hard. And we are snarling it up out here. And that Earth Power does pitiful damage. This Gastrodon is at a point where you're either clicking yawn with it every turn or you're switching. There's just very little point to attacking. So if you want to keep the Gastrodon in, I'd rather just yawn the Suicune. There's a non-zero chance you could be like, it does have Rest and Sleep Talk technically, but like looking at this set, I highly doubt that that's what's being brought here. That seems pretty unreasonable. Gardevoir now has a chance to wake up next turn. We do know that the Genesect is now special. I don't mind the Snarl here or over the Scald. Increasing its damage output is always nice, but Scald just does so much more damage and has a chance to just burn, which may not mean anything for the damage reduction effect of the physical attacks, but just more chip damage every turn sounds pretty nice. Like 9%. But like, yeah, I think this Gardevoir should get out of here, and this Genesect should. I'd say I'd start Scalding here. I don't think you need to mash Snarl at this point. I think once is enough. Okay. We decided to let the Genesect, not the Gardevoir, faint. I don't mind stacking it. Stacking it, I kind of get it. It's asleep. Someone's faster than it still. It's really weak. You can convince me on this play. Let's see. I think if there's any time to send in Blaziken, Blaziken's in a really good spot here. I think sending in Blaziken and protecting it, and then the Suicune. I don't think you. I mean, you could just like click Ice Beam into the Dragonite. You can definitely just do that. Which I don't even think KOs actually. If we were looking at it from Ice Beam did 49. Okay, so it should KO unless you get like a bad roll. But I also wouldn't mind like switching into like Staraptor to just annoy this Dragonite. Yeah. And that Earth Power I was talking about earlier on the Suicune has already been completely healed up. That Earth Power has done literally nothing. Okay, we're sending in the Staraptor now. Makes me believe that this is. I mean, I guess it doesn't even have to be Choice Scarf. It just outspeeds both of them. But do you think a Brave Bird's gonna KO here? Is that what you're thinking? Or are you just like doing U-turn stuff again? But like you can like scald. I don't know. You could scald the Genesect, Raper, Dragonite. You can do it. You can Ice Beam the Dragonite, Raper, the Genesect. There's a lot. There's definitely different ways to do this. This Dragonite, I think, is Assault Vested. So I'm just thinking about that. How important that makes this Dragonite if it is Assault Vested. Like, what could you do to even switch in or out? Metagross can take these moves kind of well. I wouldn't mind switching that in over the Dragonite. And just, man, it just feels like you're kind of pinned every turn. We're getting a double switch here. Okay, yeah. That's the value of U-turn I was talking about. That's gonna come in again. Just doing that to break the doll. And for free and getting a switch in. Wow, that crit did 27 damage. So that would have done like less than 20 beforehand. So, I'm a little bit surprised that the Coco's coming in. I don't feel like it's in the greatest spot ever here. I feel like it just kind of gets threatened by a... Maybe you're trying to Volt Switch with it. Maybe it's like you're just keep on like pivoting in and out with like Volt Switch U-turn. But Gastrodon Earth Power definitely threatens to do a good chunk of damage to the Tapu Koko, so you gotta be worried about that. So I would think this would be like a U-turn, not U-turn. I mean, I guess it also does get U-turn, like the type of Volt Switch into like Hydrate again, and then the Suicune can I don't know. I'd start clicking Scald onto this Mimikyu just to let's try to get a burn here. And this Gastrodon, man. What do you do this Gastrodon and Mimikyu? I don't know, maybe I'd probably just this may be a good time to just like play her off the Coco slot. Just try to cover for like you can like try to double the Coco where you like Earth Power play rough, and that covers Earth Power does good damage to the Coco. Not sure one shots. But it would do good damage to Blaziken. And then the play rough could cover things like it would Oko the Dragon and the Hydreigon, and it would do good damage to the Star after. So I don't mind doing something like that. Oh, okay. This gets Grass Knot. Okay. I don't know if we've seen this before, but it's not ready for that. Oh. Yeah, I didn't know. I keep forgetting that. I forgot about Storm Dream that it like absorbs move. That's completely my fault. Well, yeah. Definitely a blunder. Definitely would have made that mistake. Okay, this Suicune should not be on the field then. Oh, and it's Trick Room. Yes, Mimikyu does get Trick Room. This used to be like the most common set on it back in Sun and Moon when before the doll got nerfed, where now if the doll gets hit, you lose 1/8 of your health, where you'd basically have the doll as a focus sash and an actual focus sash where like this mon is like impossible to KO. So yeah, this Gastron all of a sudden is in a fantastic positioning. This was a really good call. Had the knowledge about the potential Grass Knot on the Gastrodon that it's Quad Weak to, and now you're all of a sudden you're in a pickle if you are the Gogoat Flower Rangers, where this Mimikyu probably doesn't have speed investment, so I'm guessing it. I mean, if both have no speed investment and don't like try to actively lower the speed, we can still is potentially faster. But this is a time where you gotta try to stall. You gotta maybe get some Intimidate or two down just to mitigate the damage of the Mimikyu. I think Staraptor is good. Is a good spot for the Tapu Koko, just so that like. Just to get the Intimidate down to be immune to Earth Power. And the Suicune is I don't know what the Suicune does, because I don't really want to switch into any of these mons. Maybe just like protect with it. Yeah, this is I like the Staraptor. I think this is really. Yep. Okay, well, yeah, Snarl's a good click here because can't what's it called? can't get Storm Drained. And if like a switch happens, you can get some value on any special attacker that switches in. But yeah, Staraptor definitely doesn't appreciate the Trick Room here, but I think this is a pretty good click here. Pretty good play that was just done here. Then like, I don't mind U-turning. I kind of like the slow U-turn at this point, just so I'm not switching to like anything crazy. And the Staraptor is like can kind of take a hit here. I don't think it's in any immediate danger. Maybe from a Gastrodon Ice Beam, but that's not going to really hit that hard. So I don't mind like U-turn Snarl. And you get, the real question is like, how do you push to your advantage here with the with your Trick Room turns? Because yeah, you have speed control, but neither of these mons are in a spot to really threaten anything. And that's really the issue here. It's like you may have to get out like a different mon at this point. Maybe like I almost want to say Dragonite, but then you can get Ice Beam. There's just none of this feels great, honestly. This is what was even with a Life Orb? Jeez. Okay. This gets a Will-O-Wisp. Good to know. Alright. So we decided to Brave Bird. Just to definitely would have KO'd the Mimikyu without the Will-O-Wisp. Didn't know he got Will-O-Wisp, but I guess that makes sense because like ghost types usually get that. But man, now you're starting to stall out your own Trick Room. Where you're like, ugh, I don't know. This just feels bad. Like this turn you can like, you can just Brave Bird again this turn. You can like Brave Bird Ice Beam if you want. Oh, you don't like just double the Gastrodon at this point because I don't know. You can do a lot of things. I'm saying double the Gastrodon just because it's like protected, but you don't have to do that. None of these mons are very threatening. And that's just, there goes the special attack boost that you just got. And this burn is coming up pretty huge. It just the bird has just made the Staraptor not get 2 KOs in 2 turns. But you are now down to your last turn in Trick Room. I think you have to. This may be just like a protect sack Dragonite. I don't think this Dragonite does much anymore. Assuming it's Assault Vest. I'm pretty sure it's Assault Vested. And then you can get the speed control back and start actually applying pressure. I mean, you don't even have to stall your own turn, to be honest. Maybe. I probably would, though, just so I don't get, like, snarled again. I don't know, put in something that can do something to the Suicune, man. Because this Suicune's just been on the field forever, and it's at 91%, just kind of doing whatever it wants. 97. Alright. Oh, Rock Slide. I forgot about the Rock Slide potential flinch. Suicune dodges that flinch. Okay, am I crazy? Oh, yeah. Director goes last because of the Trick Room. Yeah. Alright. Staraptor goes down. You don't have to deal with the Intimidate cycle anymore, which is very nice for the potential. That's nice for the Metagross after a Mega Evolves. It's nice for the Mimikyu. Metagross that is the one thing that can very much save the stock Tuah is that the Mega Metagross is still fully healthy. You do have to worry that the Hydreigon is still fully healthy. It's immune to Psychic. It's okay against Steel and it's immune to Ground. Metagross does get like Ice Punch for it and stuff like that, so definitely not immune to anything. But the Hydreigon's a very good matchup in the Metagross. All right, so at this spot the Trick Room's gonna run out. I can I think this is maybe it's a good time to get Tapu Koko in, just because it would be faster than Genesect. You can like Thunderbolt the Genesect and like Ice Beam the Dragonite, just do something of that sort, or you can like I also wouldn't like hate something like you send out Blaziken, you just like double protect this turn just so you can start getting the permanent speed control on the Blaziken. You don't even need to double protect. You can like protect Blaziken, Ice Beam Dragonite or something like that. Something of that sort where just so you have a mon that is faster than both these mons on the field relatively soon. I don't think the Hydreigon makes a lot of sense here. Yeah. So I expect I mean, you don't even need to protect. I mean, if the Dragonite's Earthquake, then like maybe you want to protect, but the if the Suicune, if you feel like the Suicune is faster, I don't know if we which it is. So you can just Scald Flare Blitz, Ice Beam Flare Blitz and have very little repercussions. I don't expect the Genesect to have a way. It's not the Water Drive. I don't see a way for the Genesect to since it doesn't say it, does that mean it doesn't have a drive? The Genesect has a good way to threaten Blaziken, so you can just like Fire move the Genesect, Ice Beam the Dragonite. Don't Water move because potential Storm Drain, and that's not many switch-ins into that, at least for over the long run. We are gonna do a double switch. Yeah. My instinct was to protect here, but I don't think that is correct. I think that does leave an opening for like a more safer switch to come in, like the Gastrodon. Like, yes, is the Flare Blitz not going to do much damage to the Gastrodon? Oh, absolutely. But like, is doing 20% like something that I would be happy to do right now? Like, that would make my life a bit easier for the future KOing this Gastrodon? I also think that. And if the Genesect again decides not to switch, it gets one attack off, and then it dies. And like that is also a trade you're very much happy to take. All right, maybe you just send out to die. And now you have to make it. Okay, so what mon do you bring in next? That is the question here. And none of them look great. I will be honest with you. Flare Blitz melts the Metagross. Flare Blitz obviously melts the Genesect. Dragonite gets Ice Beamed and it's slower than the. And it's slower than the Suicune. I don't know. I think you're gonna have to get a Protect call correct and like hope that like I don't know. I was gonna say like get a call right and like Earth Power, hope that KOs, but like the Suicune can also snarl, so like maybe send in the Dragonite so it doesn't snarl this turn. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking Dragonite then. I also don't think this Dragonite's all that useful anymore. It's slower than everything, so you can just kind of just sack it. Just make it so that you can start damaging this Blaziken, and hopefully a Snarl just will not KO the. I don't think it's gonna KO Dragonite. Okay. We are okay. This is both mons switched actually. Genesect coming in here for just try to get another special attack boost. I guess it's just kind of a bait trust. I think what was happening here is that the Snarl something was gonna happen, or like predicting like the Snarl something, and just wanted to and it was like, okay, we're gonna get something out, and like the Blaziken's theoretically in trouble, so I can switch it out. The Blaziken's not gonna stay in, so I can switch into something that can threaten it. And that's another potential issue that I was talking about earlier about not protecting Blaziken that turn. You don't have the option to protect it again, and which is always a big deal. The Ice Beam does nothing. If you are gonna, I'm trying to think, was Snarl generally a better click there? If you're switching out the Dragonite, I mean, no, if you're switching out the Blaziken, I think Snarl was a general better click there. Just to weaken Gastrodon, I think it's just kind of like a better thing to do there. I don't think if you switch it out, I don't think the Dragonite is threatening anything. So I think he just covers a bit more here, maybe. And here comes the Yawn. Yeah, and because the Blaziken slot protected, Yawning here is completely safe. And now you have to go through the Yawn Gambit. And like, you kind of like trapped yourself at this point. Like, do you just let the Coco? Do you just switch into Coco here? Do you let the Hydreigon fall asleep? That's really what you got to figure out here. Yeah, I want to keep snarling with this Suicune. There's 2 special attackers on the field, and if you snarl switch to Coco, then the Gastrodon Earth Power definitely is not going to KO it. And then you're set up in a pretty decent spot. So I think something like that is pretty good. And I don't know, I kind of like yawning just yawning and getting the Suicune. But if you do expect the Hydreigon to not stay in, then you can like double the Hydreigon slot with like Earth Power plus Flamethrower. I mean, not Earth Power Flamethrower, but like, you know, something along the lines of like a way to threaten to KO the type of Coco and a way to do decent damage to the Hydreigon. Maybe like Flash Cannon Earth Power or something like that. God, the Suicune's at 100 still. How? Oh, Bug Buzz, right. You can also just Bug Buzz. Like, you could like Bug Buzz Earth Power. It's like also like a pretty good call here. I forgot. For some reason, I don't know. I'm so used to bug types being so bad. I'm like, yeah, it's a dark type, but it's somehow neutral, even though it's clearly not. You are doing some good damage mitigation here with the Snarl. Are you gonna get the burn? We are gonna get the burn. That does, what's it called? That is that may not even be a good thing. Yes, it like counteracts the leftovers chip, which has been a nightmare for the Sawk Tuahs. But it also means that Mon cannot get yawned. Like, you don't have to worry about that Mon getting yawned anymore if you're the Gogoat Flower Rangers. Alright. I said this before. This is a similar spot as before. You know 3 out of the 4 moves. It's Flash Cannon, Flamethrower, Bug Buzz of the Genesect. The last move I would guess is Protect. So I don't want to protect this. I want to send in Blaziken and not protect. I want to Snarl and Flare Blitz. The Gastrodon will be at -2, assuming the Snarl connects. You threaten to KO. You I guess you are. Maybe I did not consider the possibility of the Genesect Protect and the Gastrodon Yawn. That's when things become dicey. That is very true. So maybe you just send in type of Coco here and like Gastrodon and like Snarl. I think that's not a bad play either. Those are like 2 super weak moves but I think a double up like that could, even that I think maybe one of to KO with the Dragonite. We had to Blaziken. Alright. You do have to make the call here. Is this going to be a protect turn from the Genesect? Because if it protects and you Flare Blitz it and you get yawned, that is so bad. That is so bad. But if you protect and the Genesect, I don't know, like doubles the Suicune or the Genesect switches into the Dragonite so it can be sacked and be put into play better at a later time, like that's also not great for you. So you're just gonna have to make a call here, I'd say. Okay, we're gonna. All right. I do think this Protect is the bit of a safer play, especially because I also forgot the Suicune snarled, so I definitely like this Protect this time around, because the Gastrodon at -2 special attack is not really threatening much anymore. I do think I do think I want to target this Gastrodon this turn, though. I don't want to deal with this Yawn stuff anymore. The Genesect is not in a great spot right now. I don't think it's going to be staying in. It doesn't have any moves that really threaten either party. So, like, I want to double this this Gastrodon at this point, because even if it protects and the Genesect attacks or switches, like, none of these switches are particularly good for the Sawk Tuah. So I want to double this Gastrodon. Maybe we haven't seen the other moves. We have seen Special Blaziken a lot, but like I don't think there was a single Intimidate user on the Sawk Tuah's entire roster. Like I want like close combat plus Ice Beam this weekend. I mean the Gastrodon, and that should be enough to KO. I don't even think you may not even need the Ice Beam. The leftovers chip may say otherwise. All right, we just wanted to KO the Gastrodon and just whittle us down, but yeah, no, like again, I don't think the Genesect was really a problem for this game. As crazy as that sounds, I think you're in a good spot to beat the Genesect, and obviously KOing's good, but now you're in this Yawn train again, and if you just KO'd this Gastrodon, I think the Blaziken was in a good position just to kill the rest of the team. And now that we know it's physical, but you're still in a pretty good spot here, as long as you can. You may have to sack the Coco here, because I do think because you can just not sack, but like switch in the Coco here for the Blaziken. So I don't want this Mon to fall asleep. It's kind of your Mon that's gonna win you or lose you the game at this point. And yeah, it's just this can just be like a double protect from the like send a Metagross, protect with get Metagross and the Gastrodon, just so the Blaziken's out of position, or the Blaziken's not on the field anymore, is asleep. And I think that's like a pretty good thing to do here. Honestly, if this Metagross has protect, I also just wouldn't hate sending in this Dragonite for the Gastrodon. Is it gonna die? Probably. Is this Dragonite gonna do anything for the rest of the game? Probably not. Try to like the opportunity to have this Dragonite, this Gastrodon in a spot where it can actually threaten damage and not just not being -2 with Snarl. I think it's a pretty good thing. I think this is a good time to send in the Dragonite. And again, I think you have to get this Blaziken out of here. And man, the Storm Drain is like actually such a good combo with Metagross, which is like not something you really expect, because Scald is only a neutral, Water is only a neutral hit, which is not allowing it to get like hit by a potential burn by Scald is really huge. Yeah, I like this switch. I talked about this earlier. This is what I would consider what I thought was a status quo play, is where no one's trying to really push everyone's kind of just doing, not gonna say the basic play, but like the play that like makes the most sense like initially. Yeah. We do get the Metagross protected here, and we can figure out what this we can try to do. It tried to Snarl, and I expect something like that to happen again. We don't now this is a really scary game right now, because we don't know what this Metagross set is besides protect. Does it have Earthquake? Does it have, what does it have? Does it have Bullet Punch? Does it have, does it have a Psychic coverage move? I don't know. Does it have Ice Punch? We don't know the other 3 moves on. That's really, really scary. And that kind of like goes, and I do think the Gastrodon being, you could stack the Gastrodon this turn, but I feel like it would have been in a better spot. It actually would have been better, because I think the Dragonite would have survived a Snow here, and maybe if this Dragonite has Extreme Speed, you can at least Extreme Speed to get some extra chip onto something, which could be valuable. Yeah, this is all going to depend on what the movesets are that may determine the game here. There's the Grass Knot, and that just lets the lets the Gastrodon go, and I think that is a pretty big mistake. This Dragonite's not going to be able to do anything for the rest of the game no matter what. The Gastrodon has a chance if you can KO the Tapu Koko. Especially if this Metagross like has Earthquake. Meteor Mash? Okay, that makes me think it does not have a Earthquake. Meteor Mashing into the resisted slot does get a crit and the attack boost. I don't think that really matters at this point. I think it may be it may just be a bit too late at this point. There's still the Dragonite, but the Koko's faster than Dragonite. I'm pretty confident saying this is Assault Fast, and the Blaziken could be like protect Flare Blitz, and that would be enough to kill the Metagross. Yeah, so I don't see a way out of this game yet unless there's something I'm missing. There is the Extreme Speed. It's not going to be enough. So it does have Extreme Speed, which makes me feel even stronger about what I was saying earlier, where like the turn before. I mean the Grass Knot plus Ice Beam would have KO'd the Dragonite. That is true. But, like the turn where he was double protected, I think it was a better time to send in the Dragonite. I think that was an opportunity that could be squeezed in here. We Grass Knotted the Dragonite. What? Are we like doubling the Dragonite this turn? Like, I don't. What? No, there's not even. That's just wrong. And the Meteor Mash does KO. What are we doing? What is this moveset on this Tapu Koko? What in the world? So, how do you double the Dragonite slot and not have one of your attacks be Ice Beam? Like, if you're afraid it's gonna protect and it's not Assault Fast, then you just Ice Beam. You Ice Beam Dragonite and you do something to the Metagross. And if you think it is Assault Fast, I mean, you just always just Ice Beam the yeah, there's no conceivable way where you don't Ice Beam the Dragonite here. Because if the Dragonite dies, the game's over. And you don't really need to earn the Metagross here under any circumstances if you have the Blaziken out in a 1v1. Is this gonna determine a game? I think it's hard to say. Extreme Speed does. I mean, I guess, okay. I guess you double protect this turn if you would double protect this turn if you are the Gogoat Flower Rangers. What that does, it makes it so the Metagross, the Blaziken and Suicune, the Blaziken's faster than the Metagross, and it prevents the Suicune from dying this turn. And the next turn you like Ice Beam Flare Blitz. I don't know if that makes it so that you win, because then the Dragonite can Extreme Speed the Suicune. No. Extreme Speed the Suicune. And then you're in a 2v1 with the Blaziken versus the Metagross and the Dragonite. And depending what this Dragonite's other moves are, if it's like Earthquake, 2 Earthquakes I would imagine would KO Mega Blaziken. This is not really sure here. And oh my goodness, that is what a. Okay, that is like just extreme speeding the Dragonite. No, not having protect, just extreme speeding the Suicune, just going for the KO. All right, you did protect with the Metagross here, which was not correct. That is just not correct here. Except if you're naturally slow, if you don't have enough speed to outspeed Blaziken and not +1, like you're not confident in that. But like, that should be something you probably should be prepared for. But the Blaziken is gonna have to Flare Blitz the Metagross here. to and that's gonna do a lot of recoil to yourself. This is gonna, I'm not sure who wins here. And honestly, if I'm the Metagross, I go for double protect. There's like no reason why not at this point, is there? Unless I'm missing something. No, I guess there's a reason if the Blaziken try. No, the Blaziken tries to kill. No, never mind that, because the Blaziken can just go after Dragonite instead, and then you look really silly. Oh, it's Rock Slide. Do we get a flinch? No, we don't. And this end Hippo KOs. I am kind of astonished about how this game ended. Like, I felt this game, you had a guaranteed win if you just Ice Beam the Dragonite instead of... Why did you Grass Knot? There's no part of that equation where Grass Knot's correct. It gets resisted by Metagross, it gets quad resisted by Dragonite. Like, is Grass Knot your only attacking move? That cannot be a thing. Like, do you not have Dazzling Gleam? Thunderbolt? Anything? Volt Switch? I don't know. I really don't know how this game ended, but the Sawk Tuahs found a way, and I thought when the game was over, so congrats to them. That's gonna do it for me. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.